Books, literature, texts. Oftentimes, I am fascinated when people say I read a lot, because in my world, reading has been woven into my life since the day I was born. From words my mother uttered of words I had not yet been able to read. Later on, simple tales of bunnies and magic and wonder. And even later on, whole worlds fleshed out into ink on paper. Patiently waiting for classmates to finish reading the book that we diligently passed on to the other, sharing these worlds among us. Only later on did I realize that reading was not as ingrained into others. But even if that was the case, we all have been able to get lost in stories. Friends who weren't as inclined to reading would joyously join in on the discussions of books we read for school, would comment on scenes in Les Miserables, Old Man and the Sea, the Joy Luck Club, and even discuss the meaning of Shakespeare's poems. So, who is a reader? For me, everyone has the potential to find enjoyment in books, but only some breathe stories as they would gasp for air. Only some long for countless tomes that would take them on adventures, lives, and places. Some may have become a reader ever since they were a child, or maybe fell out of love for reading, but later on heard the whispers of stories calling once again. Perhaps the one who's watching this would want to be a reader. You've come to the right place. Firstly, there is this notion that readers have to read tens and hundreds of books. Well, for me, that shouldn't be the case. To read more is to connect more. That is not to say that having read something you didn't enjoy doesn't count. I'm simply saying that reading should not be solely focused on numbers and consumption. The numbers should not matter. Therefore, to read more, as I said, is to connect more. Find a story that truly appeals to you or intrigues you, not only because everyone is reading it. Secondly, learn to let go of the notion that reading should be from start to finish. If a book does not provide you enjoyment, put it down and move on to a story that would make you feel happy. A story that would continue to engage you. Don't let it make you detest reading. If the only perceived benefit you have of finishing a book is so you can feel a sense of accomplishment getting your reading number up, then you might be setting yourself for a life where reading is an arduous task rather than a profound joy. Thirdly, be realistic. If you're someone who is motivated by setting goals, a reading goal for the year may be a good choice. If you're a new reader, perhaps set it at 3 books for the whole year, or a book for every month. With this, you also have to be flexible. If you're finding it hard to read, then know that it is just a number. Instead, take small actionable steps towards your goal. Maybe reading for an hour every day. No matter how slow you are at reading, as long as you've completed the hour, you would still feel a sense of accomplishment. You would have read a couple of pages of a book you so badly want to finish. Beating yourself up for not reading is not the key to reading more. At the end of the day, reading is an activity you could or could not do. It is only one of the options out there to experience joy and enjoyment. Perhaps you're looking to spend time reading to get away from mindless scrolling on your phone. Or maybe you would like to reduce stress through leisurely reading. Maybe you are looking forward to learning something new. Whatever the reason is, reading will always be there for you if you choose it. You don't need to devour books like the people who read hundreds of them each year. The joy you receive from reading is not equal to the number of pages you read. For all the readers out there, I hope you get to explore new worlds and people this year.